Punch Sports Extra, the electronic version. My name is Shegun Odunwayo. Like we always do it at this time every Monday, we bring to you the very best of sporting updates. And usually it's not one person. I mean, never has it been one person. I have my co-presenter, co-anchor, and co-analyst in Olamide Abe here this morning. Good afternoon to you, Olamide. Beg your pardon, it's afternoon already.
Good afternoon, Chegun. It's nice to be out here this afternoon once again analyzing sports.
All right, let's start very quickly with Punch Sports Extra, the print version's front page cover. And yes, even though we are going to be talking about it later on in full on the show, the Super Eagles are back in camp. This time around, there is no time to calculate anything. Just defeat Gabon, expect a winner from the Cameroon versus DR Congo game, beat them on the 16th, and then face the World Cup qualifiers of, the world stage in March, beat whoever comes, is either one game or two, qualify for the World Cup. No story. This one, Iwobi is doing TikTok and checking. That one, no concern us like that, too.
Yeah. So at the moment, about 12 players are in the camp, and 9 more are expected to join the team later today, and out of 24. So Osimhen is not in camp here, but we had...
We saw his video. He's on his way.
Yeah, he's on his way yesterday evening after the loss. So he's on his way now, and we have almost all our Premier League players. Calvin Bassey, Iwobi, like you said, Aroko Dare from Wolves, also Samuel Chukwueze. So the camp is bubbling, even though it might be bubbling negatively, but at least it is bubbling, and some of the players are already feeling the pressure, and we are also expecting a whole lot of things to happen in the next couple of days. When other player arrives, full training will probably begin.
All right, like I said, we'll be talking about that much more later on the show. But still sticking with the front page of Punch Sports Extra, the print version, there is Ademola Lookman, who is being wanted by a couple of clubs. Remember that earlier, some months ago, some other clubs wanted him. Somehow Atalanta didn't allow that happen. And we saw what happened recently, which is Coach Juric, where there was a battle after he was substituted. A quick one, Ademola Lookman, as others want to call it, is one guy who has been wanted away from Atalanta, the Bergamo club. But it looks like it just doesn't work because he has 2 more years left to them. So will he be leaving this time around?
So I believe this is the end point for Ademola Lookman. He tried forcing things over the summer, but it didn't work due to Inter Milan not meeting up with Atalanta's valuation of 50 million euros. But right now, with 1.5 years left on his contract, last season we remember very well that the incident that happened with Gasperini after the penalty miss was the beginning, and now again we are seeing almost the same thing happening over and over again with Juric. And after the loss to Sassuolo 3-0, that was their first loss of the Serie A season. So Juric is under probe. Atalanta wants to sack him over poor results. They've not been fantastic, even though Lookman himself has also not been fantastic.
He scored his first goal a couple of days ago.
Yeah, so he is part of those that contributed to that poor run of form, because individually he has also been poor so far. And
perhaps he's angry with the club.
Maybe he's angry, but he's getting paid. At least none of his salaries are being deducted. So he should be working for his money. So, but now that there is a rift between both clubs, I think the best thing is just for Atlanta to accept offers. Like we saw on cover of Punch Sport Extra today, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham Hotspur, they are in for him. I think both of those clubs step up over Atalanta. And if he's going to move to either La Liga or Premier League, everybody wants to see him. But over the summer, he refused to move to the Premier League because he was supposed to go to Arsenal, but he rejected all of us, maybe because of his previous spell where
and perhaps that interview was looking too short.
Yeah, and Inter Milan, everybody wants him to go to Inter because Inter Milan, at least in 2-3 years, they will win a major trophy in the league. So everybody was expecting it. If he's going to Atlanta, if he's going to Atletico, they might not win La Liga. They might not even win anything. If he goes to Tottenham Hotspur, aside the Europa League that they won for the first time in over a decade. Years. So trophies are not guaranteed. And with his talent, with his ability, if he joins Inter Milan, they are definitely going to pull up for the trophy. But well, maybe we should still expect him to join in some, because Inter Milan has not been that great too. They've been struggling in Serie A, even though they are still one of the forerunners to win the Serie A title. But I won't rule out Inter coming back for Lookman, or probably maybe Lookman joining another top European club.
All right. I mean, we've talked about a couple of Nigerian players already. Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen. I mean, while Olamide was calling the list of guys in camp already, to call Toluru Kodari and a couple of others. Guess what? They all fired blank this past weekend. Nigerian superstars in Europe fires blank. I hope that's not a pointer for 13th and 16th. Well, 13th is sure. 16th is not sure. It's what we do on 13th that will determine if we'll get to 16th.
Well, I will like to believe, my Nigerian mind, I would like to believe it won't be a pointer because in my mind, I feel like maybe some of these players, their entire mind is on the Gabonese game. So everybody wants the qualifier, and maybe they are being cautious of injury. We know if Victor Osimhen is not playing, it's as if we are not winning. So most of these players, maybe they are being cautious. They want to stay fully fit. They don't want to put in their 8 game.
Most importantly, Victor is fit.
Yeah, Victor is fit.
Someone said, I was praying for you throughout that game.
And now that most of them are here, I don't think we have any injury casualty this time around like the last window. So all of our players that we called, they are now fit. They are ready to resume in camp. So I believe firing blank over the weekend, well, maybe because their mind is away from club football and they want to seal the ticket. They want to seal a part of the ticket for the national team because that's
because they're not selling tickets until March 2026. Yes. So I mean, get past Africa, get into Worlds. When we get to Worlds, it's likely we'll be seeded higher than other teams. So we are most likely playing one game. Anyway, we'll be coming to that later on because the mathematics is just about to begin. Still sticking with the front page of Punch Sports Extra, the print version. Galatasaray wants Lionel Messi. That's a mighty story. Can they sign Lionel Messi?
Well, I think it's one thing to be ambitious. It's another thing to make it a reality. The reality is that I do not think Messi is going to ever go to Turkey. If he's going to return back to Europe. He visited Camp Nou today, posted a picture that, videos. Hopefully I'll be back here, but everybody knows maybe for a farewell because there is probably no time for Barcelona to sign a 38 or 39-year-old Lionel Messi back to that foot because it's going to affect a whole lot of things. He might be their greatest player, but we know age.
I think he's their greatest player.
Yeah, he's outrightly their greatest player, of course. So, but we know, Barcelona has gotten past that stage. They now have a crop of young players that are doing fantastically well, and the Messi coming back maybe just for a farewell. And Galatasaray, the president was just being ambitious, which is normal for everyone. And for a club that went from 25 million euros as a national record to 75 million to sign Osimhen. I think they can dream about anything. So it's now left for Lionel Messi. Maybe he will quit his comfort zone in America and return to Europe in a league that is way, way, way beyond Euro Top 5 league. But let's see how it's going to go.
All right, still sticking with front page of Punch Sports Extra, the print version. Maresca, the coach of Chelsea, has slammed Manchester United over Garnacho, the newfound love over there in Chelsea, who had a very terrible time with Manchester United last season. Maresca is slamming United, perhaps because the boy is shining with him.
Well, I think it might be too early for him to say, okay, maybe Manchester United didn't treat Garnacho very well because that was his probably boyhood club, even though he joined from Atletico Madrid. But everybody knows him. He graduated from Manchester United Academy. And over the year, I think Manchester United gave him enough chance to prove himself, and things had to go the way he went. So we just had to accept it that way. And now that he's here, we know this is football. Garnacho is in form now. He might maybe be out of form some couple of weeks. And Manchester United fans will also come out for him. So now that a player moves from one rival to another, I think you should not try as much as possible to set the player up, because what he's doing now is setting Garnacho up for drags because Manchester United fans don't really like him. And you know, this type of situation that is existing between both. This is a player that he didn't even bid farewell to Manchester United, a proper emotional farewell when he left. So his exit from Manchester United is not that good. So I think the best thing is just to keep it as calm. Motivate your player, let your player keep delivering, let his performance slams Manchester United. Know you as a coach are slamming Manchester United, because anything can go wrong.
Mind games.
Well, they are not playing Manchester United anytime soon, and I believe Garnacho is not even where he wants to be, because the starting spot in Chelsea team is not locked for him. So if everybody is fully fit, all their strikers are back, Cole Palmer, everyone is back, he might not be getting into that team. So when he is into that team fully, and when nothing is affecting him, we can now say, okay, maybe Garnacho is back. Maybe when we know, okay, because now a lot of young players are performing very well for Chelsea. So, and if we are to pick maybe the top 3 best young attackers that they have, not even overall players, I don't think Garnacho will be there. So, and he is also someone that I can say maybe all Chelsea fans doesn't trust him that way, because he's also coming from a rival club. So some will still have a doubt that no, this guy is from Manchester United. I've never for once liked him and that. So I believe he should earn the trust. He should perform on the pitch and let his performance slant Manchester United. All
right, Mikel Arteta is angry with his defense. He says he's frustrated with Arsenal's defense. This is a man who went 8 games without conceding at all, and then suddenly Sunderland, a club that just came off relegation, a club that shouldn't even be in reckoning when you talk about teams to watch for this season, even though they are beating all of those allegations and they are already coming through, scored not 1 but 2 goals against his defense.
Well, if I am also in Arteta's position, well, I might be disappointed, but considering the fact that they've, I think, 8 games without conceding a goal. So, and that was the first time.
You even say Raya was on holiday.
Yeah, Raya was working from home. So a lot of people in quotes, he was working from home because he hardly faces any shot.
But when he saw Sunderland,
so now he might probably not want to feel too comfortable, which I think is good. They are not the runaway league leaders now, even though everyone, including myself, has been tipping them to win the league title.
Which team after?
Almost everyone.
No.
Almost everyone.
We know.
But me personally, I am tipping them to go ahead and win the league. But they shouldn't feel too relaxed. Now they are 4 points ahead of Manchester City, and we know if City wants to be City. Like over the years, we've seen this team chasing down Arsenal, chasing down Liverpool. And Manchester United, and so now I think maybe Arteta just wants to like motivate his team.
Is he motivating them, or is he attacking them?
No, I believe the context. The context at which he uttered those words, I don't think it's an attack. He personally felt disappointed. Of course, definitely, if they won 3-0 and they conceded 1, he might be disappointed that they conceded 1. But with the Sunderland, in quotes, they are a small team, they are a newly promoted team, but now they are one of the best teams in Premier League so far this season. And we can outrightly say Xhaka is the signing of the season in Premier League. As of now, so far this season. So because he has taken the team from a championship level team to I won't say top 6 team, but at least above average team. And now they are in contention for maybe Europe or whatsoever. But at least what I believe Arteta was trying to like drive out is that, guys, don't let us feel relaxed. I'm disappointed. Now is not the time for us to say, okay, we are working. Our goalkeeper is working from home. We are not considering goals, because anything can happen. So, and I believe it's just a normal thing and a normal feeling for him to have.
All right, that'll be all from us from Punch Sports Extra, the front page analysis of the print edition. Now we're going to the show proper, and if we are talking about the show proper, we're talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because on the 13th of November, in the next 3 days, on Thursday to be precise, we have a mouth-watering encounter against the Gabonese. Now let's go to mathematics. If we defeat Gabon, congratulations to us. That's the semi-final game. We'll be meeting one of DR Congo or Cameroon. DR Congo will be playing against Cameroon. Any team that survives the other will meet Nigeria. Should we beat Gabon on the 13th, we'll be playing against that team on the 16th. If we beat either DR Congo or Cameroon, congratulations. We move to the next stage where we'll be playing the worlds, the qualifiers at the world level. Meaning that some other guys who have come from CONCACAF and the other guys who could not successfully make the World Cup and are trying to make the World Cup via the back door will be meeting Nigeria in March. Now, this is what's going to happen. There will be 4 teams overall. And according to the ranked highest ranked teams by FIFA for the month of February. So we must do well at the Nations Cup. That is what it means, because that is going to be the last time we are going to play before playing the World Cup qualifiers. Are you following the mathematical analysis? Because that is December and January. There's no game for Nigeria in January after the Nations Cup. So we'll meet in March, and if we are lucky to be among the top 2 seeded 4 teams, that means we will be playing just 1 game. So there will be 2 teams that will be qualifying to the finals. The remaining 2 will be playing against each other. And remaining 3 will be playing against each other. One of them, Nigeria, if it's Nigeria, gets into the finals, and then one of them will come and play against us. Most likely a small team. A small team in quote now, because if we were indeed a big side, we would have made the World Cup straight the front door. So Olamide, let's start from the lists of the mathematical analysis. Gabon. Can we beat Gabon on Thursday?
Well, yes, I believe we can beat Gabon, and
because they have started doing TikTok videos looking at hotel now. Are these boys, are they ready?
They are professional, so, and I believe what they were doing might just maybe in a way to get into the head of the NFF, because
do we need to get into anybody's head now?
Because
or we need to win.
Yes, they need to win, but in a good condition. And I believe if these players coming from the best leagues in the world, players that are scoring hat-trick in the biggest club competitions in the world, they felt like, okay, we should not be treated this way. There are a whole lot of 5-star hotels in Morocco. Capital city for our headache. The hotel is their present headache. If these players believe that is their present headache, most of these players, maybe where they gave them to sleep or to stay, maybe it is bad and they cannot. So they will need to speak up, because if the NFF, if they've sent an advanced team, they will have seen that this neighborhood is bad. This facility entirely is also bad, because Rabat is one of the most beautiful cities in the whole of Africa.
Of course.
And it is a city whereby people leave Europe, they leave America to come and visit. To come and, so now, if we are visiting that country, and this is not AFCON, where we are going to say maybe 23 other teams has occupied good hotels. This is just 14, and it's not even festive period yet. So if maybe if it is competition, we might lay it on CAF, but now it is on this.
It's because of barracks, the barracks side
because
of it.
When I was looking at it, it was bringing the secret soldier of 13 secret soldier of Benghazi, because the last time I saw such scenario was in that movie, and I believe some of these players too. One thing about Nigeria is that hopefully they are going to win, because trust me, if they don't win, Nigerians will come out, and especially Iwobi is someone that has been performing excellently and still gets criticized despite his good performance for Eagles. Now people will just tell you it is because of the fact that you guys are on Instagram, you guys are on TikTok, you guys are on Snapchat, you are uploading hotels. That is why you don't win.
Yeah.
But I believe the guys should be able to do it with or without good hotels, because they are professionals. They should put all that behind them. And
okay, what formation do you think we need? Because people are underrating the Gabonese a lot. They are taking us to the past, giving us throwbacks of how we used to beat Gabon. We've beaten Gabon, giving us statistics. Hey, it's not statistics that we eat.
Well, I think to me, if I'm Eric Shell, even though I'm not a fan of his 4-4-2 diamond, I'm not a fan of most of his tactics, but well, 6 games, 4 wins, 2 draws, it has worked at least perfectly to a certain extent. So I will not change a winning team. No coach changes a winning team.
Samuel Chukwueze should start.
Chukwueze should not start. Chukwueze started because Chukwueze started because Lookman.
You are changing a winning team.
I'm not changing a winning team, because it just came that way. And now Semi Ajayi is also suspended for the game. So a new defender, definitely, probably maybe Ekong.
So Ekong should start.
Ekong will probably come back to the team, because
if Ekong starts, are we assured of not conceding a own goal or an own goal?
He has only scored 1 own goal as far as I'm concerned, like in the last 4 years.
He scored against South Africa.
1.
He scored against
that would be years ago. Not in the last 4 years, and not in recent years. And we know F1 is AFCON's best.
So is Ekong of 2025? Should he be starting for the Super Eagles now with those boys that we have at the back? Shouldn't we be having a Calvin Bassey with this what's the name of this new boy now, Frederick Benjamin, and then playing somebody elsewhere?
Yeah, but now we know as at this moment, we don't have a very reliable, with all due respect to Sanusi and Oyemachi and
so you don't think we can play Sanusi on the left?
Calvin Bassey with Sanusi has not been that strong. He has not been that strong. And we saw Fredericks. Fredericks was not bad as a fullback. He was not back.
Yes,
so if we can use Bassey Ekong is still a leader, no matter what we want to say.
Against Aubameyang!
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These are professional players. We also have Osimhen up front. And if we want to single out maybe players that are weak because of age, we can also say Wilfred Ndidi is not up to task anymore.
I was about saying, why is Wilfred not sitting down? Perhaps we have Frank the Tank Onyeka there, or we have Raphael Onyedika there. Or, you know,
we can even have both.
Or we can even have both.
That is the formation that has been work. If that will work, because one thing is
the only player we have that we know that we have that is sure now that we have is Victor Osimhen.
And we have Lookman.
Okay, all right. We'll talk about Thursday on Thursday. We'll have so much time to talk about that game that day. But like I said, it's a lot of mathematics for the Super Eagles to make the World Cup next year. It's a whole lot of mathematics. But if we can successfully cross this November window, if we meet in March by the special grace of God next year, that one will be smarting. Hopefully, we'll cross this big issue of qualifying from Africa this coming Thursday, and then on the 16th as well. Moving on very quickly now to what happened in Europe this weekend that just went by us. Pep Guardiola's 1,000th game. It was making the balls everywhere, and people were saying the last man that had 1,000, that played his 1,000th game was going to, lost, and that he was coming up against Liverpool, a Liverpool that just defeated Real Madrid in the Champions League, a weak Real Madrid, by the way. And so everybody was saying this is going to be difficult, it's going to be tedious. And as Slot was listening to Olamide Abe, he was not changing his winning side. He kept Gakpo on the bench. He started with his boy Ekitike and co. But guess what? If you like, use Ekitike. It was 1, 2, 3 goals and a missed penalty. Could have been more dangerous than that. Manchester City slamming, smashing, beating, brushing. I'm looking for that just to qualify that gigantic defeat of Liverpool.
The same way you want to crucify Slot for not changing his winning team.
I was just saying he was listening to
you. But at the same time, Pep Guardiola also sticked with his winning team. And in 10 years now, City has not lost 16 games while sticking with the same team. So he didn't also change his own team. So one of them will definitely lose. One of them will definitely lose. So we come down to draw. But the imagine City were better,
10 times better,
every angle, defense, midfield, attack, everywhere. So I think they were the better team, and they won. Even though there was a controversial call in the game that might have changed the course of the game. Well, maybe
I don't think it will change it. That City was ready to score 6.
Well, maybe, but the game had to go that way, and it was a very disappointing one
for Liverpool.
I think one of the major issues they've been facing this season has been from the defense, because in the top half of top 15, no team has conceded more goals than Liverpool. So, and they are the defending champion. Even though they might be saying City is just 4 points adrift us and Arsenal is 8, but the lapse is there. Everybody can see that. Look at Erling Haaland's goal. There is no way the ball should go over Konate. No way. It should, but the team has been very, very poor, and we can see Jeremy Doku dropping one of the all-time classic performance for a winger.
Is in the form of his life at the moment.
And why Liverpool? Because he was just entering the. And I think there was the penalty. There was under no circumstances should he have passed Kekes and Konate to get to the goalkeeper. But because of their defensive issues, this is
swimming past them.
Everything might be. And look at Nico Riley pocketing Mo Salah.
Mo Salah was kept quiet.
So
if they are still playing that game, repeat this morning, City will still be there.
Yeah, definitely. So
Liverpool was not ready.
Liverpool should, to me, the solution, the fix to their problem is not to go to market and start signing black. Even though maybe if they've signed
almost £500 million.
No, they wanted Gray. It didn't come. So maybe things might have changed. Maybe it might have changed because it is still a defensive issue. But Frimpong has not been impressive. Kekes has not been impressive.
Yes,
even though Robertson that Kekes wants to replace is also starting is better than him, and he has also not been impressive. And look at McAllister yesterday.
Conor Bradley has played his part, but so even has to get benched at some point for Dominic Jobo's line.
And at a point in time, when Rooney was having war of words with Van Dijk, and Van Dijk was responding to him. But to me, I think what Rooney said is justified. Maybe Van Dijk might just not want to take it, but he's not at his level. Van Dijk is arguably the greatest defender of all time in Premier League, and he's not playing that. I said arguably.
There are too many senior men.
Yeah, you can't. Of course, that's why I said arguably. So, but at least he's not small. He has the credentials.
No,
he has something in the CV.
All right, moving on very quickly now. Of course, we talked about a little bit earlier. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta and his boys. They considered 2 good goals against Sunderland. Now, quickly, very quickly, Olamide, do you think the season is now open? We can now declare the season open. If it was a 9 points ahead, I think perhaps we could have said the season was closed. Even as at that, it wasn't closed. But now with 4 points.
Well, to me, I think the season is still not open yet. Because there is, it is hardly impossible for a team to throw a 9-gap point open as at 12 games. It is still 12 games. So let's 12 games, 4 points. Let's say 24 games, 8 points. I know football doesn't work like that, but the way it is, Arsenal is still the strongest team. Okay. Defensively, offensively, everything. Offensively,
they've been getting scrapping wins.
But it might be. That is how champions do. That is how you just try in your days, in your bad days, days that you're not supposed to win, that you're supposed to maybe lose the game or probably maybe draw. You grind out a win. Yeah. So, and that is what Arsenal has been doing. If they cannot score, you cannot score them. Though that ended with Sunderland, but I think they have what it takes. This season so far, they have what it takes. And City, to me personally, do not have what it takes to mount that title challenge with this very strong Arsenal team.
They had 2 of their persons getting manager of the month and player of the month. They were celebrating on social media, getting likes and comments. Guess what happened to them? They almost lost it to Spurs. Somehow they got a leveler in the 94th minute thanks to a corner kick off the boots of Portuguese player and their own skipper, Bruno Fernandes, landing on the head of what's his name again now? Matthews de Ligt, getting them a point. What is wrong with Manchester United?
And well, I think nothing is wrong with Manchester United, to be fair.
They're going on and off.
Like they drew Nottingham Forest, which is normal. When you look at that game, and Spurs, well, the game could have gone either way.
They should have defeated Spurs convincingly.
But they almost lost 2. I think that game particularly, no team will be disappointed with 1 point.
Frankly, Manchester United will not be disappointed. I think Manchester United should be disappointed.
At the point in time, but Spurs took the lead and they almost lost the game. Spurs defeated them in Europa League final. Okay. So Spurs, they still have the psychological edge. Okay. And they are playing at home, so it is still possible for them to say, this is Manchester United, we are able to defeat them as at when we're in 17-16. So how much more of, even though they are not that, both teams, but I believe Manchester United going on and off is their style. And when they were winning, when they won 3 games on the bounce, I said maybe this team is not. Maybe until United Strand is able to cut off his afro, maybe then we say Manchester United is back. But now,
that guy is never taking his hair off. Man.
I will. Maybe
not this year.
Maybe after the World Cup or next year. So he will.
All right, moving on very quickly. Quick one. Do you think Tola Arukudare just signed for a relegated club? Do you think this club is definitely going down, even though they have a new manager as of today?
I think
he just wasted the signing.
He didn't waste the signing because Tola Arukudare playing in Championship is not that. To me, Championship is not. Though it is. Moving on. Championship might not be a top flight league, but it is English Championship, and it is still more competitive than some other. If he's able to prove his worth in the Championship,
are we certain that they are getting relegated?
I think they will relegate. Regardless of the fact that they are introducing Tolu they are integrating him fully into the team. I think they will relegate, and even if they sign Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, they can't save them from relegation.
My goodness.
No.
Olamide says so. Even if they sign Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, they are going down. Interesting, and it's just a couple of games into the season. Olamide does not believe in Wolves and Tolu Arokodare. For La Liga, Real Madrid could not defeat Real Vallecano. Investors, I know you are having a very, very bad Monday at the moment. And you know what I mean by investors, I guess.
Yeah,
you know investors.
definitely.
All right. For Barcelona, they were able to eventually beat Celta Vigo 4-2 with Lamine Yamal scoring again, rubbishing claims that he's injured. And, you know, despite his behind-the-scenes lifestyle, that guy keeps scoring goals aplenty. I hope he doesn't go the way of the man called Freddie Adu. If you don't know Freddie Adu, you Google him and you remember the Ghanaian-American whiz-kid Freddie Adu that was dubbed the new Pelé at 16-17. I really do hope that Lamine Yamal is able to get proper men around him to help him deliver a lifestyle of bliss and greatness that he's meant to be, because that boy is just too good. Moving on very quickly, there's a problem with Napoli. They've not scored now in about 3 games. And the good news, though, is that their other rivals are not doing too well. Juventus have had their manager sacked. Inter Milan are not really bouncing. Atalanta, nothing is Talanta for them. AC Milan, I mean, it's just looking really crazy in the Italian league right now.
So on the issue that is happening in Syria, I think it's more of a quality issue to me. Because when you look at the product of that team, by products, not players, I mean teams, when they're coming to maybe Europe this season, they've not been performing very well. As the champions, Napoli lost by 7 goals against PSV. So that should not be happening to any Italian team, against a Dutch team. But that is how the league is. And maybe in the transfer window, maybe some of these teams will be able to gel very well, get their mojo back, because most of their important players too, like Romelu Lukaku, is injured. So Kevin De Bruyne is not the Kevin De Bruyne we expected. The best player last season, Scott McTominay, has also not been firing and also not been performing to his expectation. Lookman, that had his best career season last season, is also underperforming. And Lautaro Martinez, aside maybe scoring a couple of few penalties, I think is also not that good. And when you take a look at AC Milan, you cannot say this is a good player. This is all of them are equally bad, and Juventus, maybe
all of them are equally bad in Italian Serie A. Moving on very quickly now. Olamide Abe, there was an incident in the Nigerian Premier Football League. That's what it is. It moved on professional. I keep calling it professional. Nigerian Premier Football League. Barau against Katsina United. What really happened to that player? Because we are supposed to round off now. What happened? Counter rumors and
so the game was going on, and in the 74th minute, Barau FC reported an incident that their player was had a slit throat. Nana Abraham was slit on the throat, and that was what they posted. And in that particular game, the game was streamed live on MPFL Propel, and the incident was not captured on TV. But when around 72nd to 73rd minutes, from the live commentary, the commentator said things are not looking good here, and the broadcast went off.
Wow.
So from there, nobody has eyes on what is happening there. But Katsina United on their end did not report anything. They were busy taking videos and pictures that, okay, for evidence if anything wants to happen. And what Barau reported was that their player was attacked. So it was now a word of Team A versus Team B without evidence. So nobody knows, maybe the act was perpetrated by the away team on their player. No, nobody knows if it
that the live, what we are watching live went off.
Yes.
Live feed went off. MPFL version.
Yes. It's not the fault. Even games that there are no controversial incidents, live feeds do go off. So it has been happening consistently over the time. So and that was what happened. And the MPFL came out, even though the MPFL didn't actually accuse Katsina of stabbing or slitting the throat of any player. What they said was that, okay, there was rancor, you are unable to control your fans, and the fans were throwing bottle 3 million naira fine. You destroyed the opponent's bus, team bus, and some equipment, 4 million naira fine. And there was inadequate security in that stadium, 2 million naira fine. Everything making 9 million. And they also gave them a stadium ban for the rest of the season. So they will now be playing in Jos, away from Katsina. Similar thing has happened. Jos Stadium, always new but old Jos Stadium. And similar thing has happened to Kano Pillars also.
New but old.
And a similar thing has happened to Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars was also moved from Kano to Katsina.
Yes,
so
yes.
Kano Pillars will be playing in Katsina, while Katsina will be playing in Jos.
So. Interesting. Olamide said the always new but old. If you know what he meant by that, that stadium has not been roofed since I think 1980 something. It's been like that. They keep calling the news. That's the name of the stadium, the new Jos Stadium. But it's actually old. It doesn't even have a roof. If you've been there, you understand what I'm talking about. The always new but old Jos Stadium. Wow. Insight, word from Olamide Abe this afternoon. A very big thank you to Olamide for being here. Thank you for making it stick.
Always
a very big. The biggest of thanks belongs to you out there. So, like I always say, if we are not here, sorry, if you are not there, there's definitely no reason for us to be here. My name is Shegun. I said I was just a fantastic week. Stay out of trouble. God bless Nigeria. God bless the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Stay safe, guys.